really boils down to our ability to accept. We don't need pessimism.
The main issue people face in the 21st century is feeling empty. By this, I mean that many people don't understand what they want and struggle to understand their own emotions. The feeling of emptiness, whether observed sociologically or individually, doesn't imply that we are devoid of emotions. A person is not like a battery that needs recharging to feel an empty state. Rather, this experience of emptiness stems from a sense of powerlessness to change our lives or to make a meaningful impact on the world. This inner void is a result of long-term beliefs about our inability to change our lives or to change other people's perceptions or just to make an impact on the world around us. So today we'll explore how this emptiness, it's not just a personal struggle, but it is also a tool used for profit and control. This is highly influenced by Rollo man's search for himself book. The metaverse will blur the line between virtual reality and actual reality, stripping us of our senses and individuality. The elites intend to strip us of our possessions and make us content with a hollow existence. Their goal is to monitor, judge, and control every aspect of our lives. They aim to achieve total control over humanity through a planned new world order called the metaverse. This system would involve constant surveillance and manipulation of our thoughts and actions. Why spend so much money because you want to feel a bit more superior than others? Consumerism has become an integral part of modern society with an appetite for material possessions. Despite our basic needs being simple, we often find ourselves purchasing items that serve no practical purpose or bring us true fulfillment. But there are several factors which influence this behavior. One key factor contributing to our tendency to buy unnecessary items is the influence of psychological factors. Marketing and advertising techniques are designed to manipulate our desires and create a sense of need for products we don't actually require. Through clever persuasion techniques, companies tap into our emotions, creating a desire for the latest trends or the illusion of a better life through material possessions. Sometimes we resort to shopping as a means of seeking emotional fulfillment or temporarily alleviating negative emotions such as stress, boredom, or loneliness. A few decades ago, the emptiness experienced by many middle-class individuals was often seen as a suburban problem. The classic example of a person leading an empty life was the suburban man. Following the same monotonous routine every day, devoid of true enjoyment or fulfillment. This person would work in the city, have a predictable lunch, take the same train home, raise a family, maintain a small garden, go on vacations they didn't enjoy, attend church on holidays, and continue this mechanical existence until retirement. In this capitalist economy, human resources are mere costs to be minimized, rather than invaluable assets to be cherished. We are as valuable as the computers we work on. If the computer gets broken, it gets replaced with another one. Humans are very replaceable in the corporate world, and we are working for others so they can get richer and richer, while we, employees, stagnate. Emptiness is not just a personal struggle. It has societal implications. The attempts to discover values outside oneself generally slide the individual directly into the question of what the group expects of him. What is the style these days? Set in values. And this, as we have seen, has been part and parcel of the trend toward emptiness in our society. What our society lacks is the experience of community based on socially valuable work and love. And like a community, we fall into its neurotic substitute, the neurosis of collectivism. Erich Fromm has pointed out that people today no longer live under the authority of church or moral laws. The authority is the public itself, but this public is merely a collection of many individuals, each with his radar set adjusted to finding out what the others expect of him. We are, in the long run, afraid of our own collective emptiness. We need to remind ourselves that the ethical and emotional emptiness in the European society 2 and 3 decades ago was an open invitation to fascist dictatorships to step in and fill the vacuum. When a nation, rather, is prey to insupportable economic want and is psychologically and spiritually empty, dictatorship comes in to fill the vacuum, and the people sell their freedom as a necessity for getting rid of the anxiety which is too great for them to bear any longer. This brings people further from each other. They make people be divided into different fronts with different labels. It's like what happens with the political parties. People put their trust in their governments, playing with their vulnerability and ignorance. Many of us label ourselves as a leftist, liberal, different from us to feel like we belong somewhere. But we just follow the herd. No originality in thought, and people tend to feel terrified if they are left alone to reflect on themselves. Society, through media, pornography, and cultural norms, often perpetuates unrealistic and objectified portrayals of sex. These influences can shape individuals' perceptions and expectations, leading to a distorted understanding of sexual experiences. The constant pursuit of sexual pleasure without genuine emotional connection can deepen the sense of emptiness, as the experience falls short of the idealized fantasies. That's why Tinder, for example, has made such a great business. Or I must say, many dating apps take advantage of our desperation for connection. Since the Renaissance, humanistic ideals have shaped Western discourse, emphasizing human freedom and placing humans at the center of the world. However, the rise of machines, particularly robots, has ushered in a new era challenging traditional notions of humanity. The human-robot relationships raises ethical and philosophical questions. Can machines feel our emotional voice and offer solace? Is it possible for robots to experience love or reciprocate our feelings? If robots' emotional responses are predictable, will they lose their appeal? What happens when robots develop their own emotions and communication patterns? The role of science fiction works serve as mirrors reflecting our reality and explore potential futures. Objective sexuality, which involves strong emotional connections with inanimate objects, offers insights into human desires for possession and belongingness. Real-life examples such as a woman's endless marriage to the Eiffel Tower or others demonstrate the development of emotions towards non-venom entities. Nobody knew I got married to the Eiffel Tower, and that's where I stepped in it. I decided to come out and tell my story, and the media just looked at my relationship as something sexual, something as inappropriate. When I came to Paris, it was my intention to have a reconciliation ceremony, mainly because I felt that we were growing apart after the bad press from 4 years ago. And then when I was confronted with the news that the Eiffel Tower management wanted absolutely nothing to do with me, they don't want me filming here, they don't want my name associating with them any longer, that was a huge slap in the face. That breaks my heart. I do love her. I know people don't get it, but I do love her. And I love what she represents to me, this amazing, lovely Bridges. I've tried my entire life. And I have to come to a realization that sometimes it's just not meant to be. I have to let her go. So that's why this void also breeds new industries such as sex dolls, AI lovers, or digital girlfriends through OnlyFans models, or even the movie Her. Is like a good representation of this phenomenon itself. You're dating a computer.
She's not just a computer, it's her own person.
Throughout history, beauty advertisements have been influenced by cultural and social factors. In the 1800s, the feminist movement emerged, but advertisements at that time promoted corsets, which harmed women's bodies and reduced them to objects of pale pleasure. In the 1920s, advertisements emphasized a woman's appearance in relation to her partner's fidelity and home. From 1941 to 1945, women were convinced that they were inadequate without specific products. Today, industries like magazines, advertising, marketing, and fashion continually emphasize ideal beauty standards, targeting young consumers who value body image. These industries create and reinforce the belief that women can achieve beauty by conforming to media-defined ideals. A study showed that exposure to full body or body part advertisements increased negative mood and body dissatisfaction among women due to social comparison. Modern beauty advertisements heavily rely on Photoshop and retouching, presenting women as flawless and untamable perfect. The negative effects of beauty advertisements on female consumers are significant. Shifting our focus from the material possessions or the standards which are portrayed in the media every day can be the first step towards a more fulfilling life. Finding a purpose or a meaning can help us achieve greater things. But we tend to put our heads down and we just want to be angry at each other. We just post wars between each other for no reason. And we just hate each other at some point, but we just don't find the main root, the main cause of these issues. We're just causing these ills to ourselves and to the world around us. So what do you think? How does the future look like to you? Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.